Leave a legacy behind, not a liability.
Be transparent so others can be transformed.
Problem solved because we stand on business.
Welcome to Passive Wealth Conversation.
Welcome back to another episode with your coach, Queen Red.
And Coach Kisha.
Passive Wealth Conversations. And today's problem we are addressing is not knowing the type of entrepreneur that you are.
Yeah, that took me a long time.
Same here.
Yeah, to figure that out. I was a entrepreneur that was just all over the place. A dibble and dabble in everything you can think of. I know you have that same story too, right?
I absolutely did. Got out the military. I did Avon. I sold jewelry, dental insurance.
You sold dental insurance?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Dental insurance. Like going through my old home and finding these things, like, oh, I did this.
I know, right?
So I did dibble and dabble in a lot of different things, and I think I was just the novelist, the novelist entrepreneur, the one who is kind of discovering.
That is a good term. I like that, novelist.
Yes.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
Yeah, because
doing.
novelty shops.
Yes.
I like that. Yeah.
But I learned a lot from those ventures. I definitely learned about the type of business owner I was. When I was selling Avon, I learned that I did not like trying to push up selling ruby red lipstick to women.
First of all,
like,
do you even wear makeup?
No.
Exactly.
That was the problem. Like, why am I trying to push it? Like, I don't care. The only thing I really wanted was that free Skin So song.
That's it. That stuff is bomb, especially for mosquitoes.
Yes.
So Avon, if you want to endorse us, we just promoted your brand. I'm just saying.
Freebie.
Right.
But I learned about who I was, because they would have like parties and, things to attract customers to buy your products.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until I got probably a year, I even did, what are those parties called where they sell the little toys and stuff?
Oh, like the sex toys.
Yeah,
stuff.
but I hate the word sex parties because it's way more than that.
Well,
I do.
The only thing they're not doing is having it. However, sex toy parties.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
I see the name for some reason in my head, but I cannot think of it. I know what you're talking about.
I did that for a short period of time.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
I can't imagine you doing that. Oh my goodness.
Oh yes, I had a ball. But honestly, I had more fun watching the women who obviously never had time out the house just go crazy.
You know what? A true story. I used to want to. Dang, I almost said it started with a P or something, right? Pat? No, I can't remember.
I think I know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
But I actually had a thought to do something like that, but for church people.
Oh my goodness.
For like first ladies, because y'all don't be wanting. Yeah.
You know what?
And my husband was like, "Yeah, you should do it." Them people go kick you out the church. I'm just saying, keep your pastor from sleeping with everybody else.
Membership recruitment.
I know, right? Teach y'all first ladies how to do it.
Oh my goodness.
If you don't, someone will.
Reel it back in.
Right.
Oh my goodness. So one of my points of really discovering who I was, it was on my first kind of real job career.
Mm-hmm.
I was out the military for like a good solid year at that point. I got recruited over at the company I had left, 17 years. And from that company, I learned that, when you go into kind of trying to figure out what is it that you want to do, that's when I kind of went to school, had an opportunity to learn, what is it that I really want to do. So I feel like I went to college all over again. But I lost my train of thought on that segment.
It's okay. I'll pick it back up
Good,
there.
go ahead.
So the thought that I was, let me tell you some of the things I've done. Since we talked about all your sex parties and Avon and stuff. I've done so since I was a kid. I've always been an entrepreneur. I just didn't know it was called entrepreneur, but I always said I wanted to be a jack of all trades. So that's what I became. I became a jack of all trades. So I used to sell. I used to have a sweet shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like potato chips and candies and all that kind of stuff.
My husband did that.
Yeah,
Y'all hustlers.
Oh yeah. Look, bona fide, right? So I used to go to school when I was a kid and sell candy, because we had a closed campus. It wasn't like in Texas where you have an open campus. You have an open campus in New Orleans, you might as well just forget about it, because ain't nobody coming back to the school, and they're gonna bring all kind of paraphernalia and everything else on the campus. But anyway, we didn't have an open campus, so I would bring stuff to school to sell. I'm talking about all kind of stuff. Then I did hair.
I can see that.
Yeah, I used to have a salon. And I did parties, like in party tunes, like costumes. Oh, okay. So I did that for a short period of time. I did T-shirts. Okay. I did a lot. It's so much stuff I can't even like really name, because I did and I sold Avon. I sold Avon, but I only wanted the discounts.
I did too.
That's all it was.
I did too.
I had the same little few clientels, but I just wanted the discount for the little Skin So Soft stuff. Yep. But yeah, I've done a lot. But because I've done so many things, I realized I am a starter. I love starting businesses. So that's why, the phrase, the startup queen,
I love it,
was born.
I love it.
And because I enjoy doing it. I like the beginning stages of building. I like to build things. And once it's done, I don't want to deal with it no more.
Bring me back around. No, this is perfect. So pick up where I was stating at was with both of us. I think both of us realized that what we like is we like to be in charge. We like to be our own boss, and we like to build because we're visionaries.
Yes.
I think that has contributed to the type of entrepreneurs we are. And where I'm at right now is I consider myself an investor entrepreneur. And I always say that because I invest in relationships, I invest in people, projects, time. That's very important to me. I invest in real estate, so I consider myself an investor of things. And when you invest, you have to build with it. So you the startup queen, I'm a win coach. It comes together to define who we are. But I think that goes to our first point of, people who have this challenge of figuring out what type of entrepreneur they are because they really don't know yet. They don't
know themselves.
Watch that first episode.
They don't know themselves. So activating, and you brought this point up when we were doing our meeting about activating the power to determine who you are in business. Like, you have to soul search within yourself. And then another thing I want to encourage business owners or entrepreneurs, that you don't have to know it all today, right? It took a long time for me to really harness what it was I was good at and to harness my niche. And I used to hate that, people would say, I would watch all those successful videos, be like, how do I be successful? And they always say, do one thing. I told somebody the other day, I think it was Cara had posted something on Facebook about doing one thing, and I said, oh my God, that is the entrepreneur kryptonite.
It is.
Doing one thing. Because
it's unrealistic.
Yeah, I know, for us, it's like, I can't just do one thing, but focusing on that one thing does help, because you don't want to distribute too much energy in all different areas, because you'll be all over the place. And I remember a time, and we go to our next point. I remember a time I was managing my salon and managing a cleaning company at the same time. I forgot to mention that. I used to have a cleaning business. And it had got so hectic. I would have clients coming in trying to do their hair, and then my employees calling to say, hey, can you come QC this property? And I'm like, I can't do both. To the point where it burned me out so bad, I ain't gonna say I lost both businesses. I gave up both businesses because it just wasn't working.
So.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
Rightfully so. I could talk so much.
I know, right?
I think another part of you determining what type of entrepreneur you are, and this is within the last year, I've adorned this mindset and this energy of your lifestyle.
Yes.
Ooh.
You helped me with that.
Thank you.
Like, for real.
Look, that lifestyle, honey, it's a difference between lifestyle of an entrepreneur and just living a life to serve an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I was living a life to serve an entrepreneur. And now this is the thing, neither one of them are better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to who you are as an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
And lifestyle was very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to take y'all back. Let's go back just a little bit.
Okay.
So I used to be heavy in the church. Heavy. Steward, usher, the Queen's board. I was doing everything, right? And I remember oftentimes you get like the pastors and the prophets. Oh, I know you're supposed to be the next preacher. You're supposed to be the next prophetess.
Prophet to the nation.
Prophet to the nation.
Everybody is to the nation. I'm sorry, y'all.
I know we not. Look,
I'm really
real
not.
Deal.
Yeah,
this
is
real life stuff.
for real.
Because if you don't know who you are, you will have someone else tasking your purpose on you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you heard when I said that. They will task your purpose on you. And you will not figure these things out until you walk your own journey. And this is why we said the problem for today is you knowing what type of entrepreneur you are, because this all dictates how you serve your community, what you provide to who you are. And lifestyle is important to me because like my lifestyle now is not me wake up in the morning time to get on Teams, to go to a meeting, to, you know, my lifestyle is a whole much slower than it was before. It's not on the go, rush, because it wasn't benefiting my purpose. This is my purpose.
Right.
My purpose is everything that we did, the Avon, the sex parties, the selling dental insurance, the having the business where you're selling chicks, all that collectively like flourishes who you are as an individual. You know, those experiences bring life.
Yes, it does.
You know what I mean?
And you know, going back to how you was talking about with like the lifestyle and people putting their purpose on you.
Yes.
I can remember that actually happened to me one time in church. And this is not like a church bash thing or whatever, but same thing. My husband was assistant pastor, so you know, I know that whole realm. But I am not church polite. I'm sorry. I'm not church polite
I graduated past that.
At all. And so we was in the prayer line and somebody did that and it was like, oh, you gonna such and such, this, and I told that lady straight up, ma'am, I think you got the wrong word. That's not for me. What? I think she got the wrong word. That wasn't for me. Maybe it was for the person behind me, but it wasn't for me. You sure God said the girl in the pink dress, or was it the girl in the red dress?
No, was not aligned.
It don't align. And I'm not church. I'm not polite in that sense because one, I'm not gonna let you walk away, you know, feeling like you did that wasn't right. I'm sorry, that's not me. I don't identify with that. Secondly, that ain't what God told me. I'm a firm believer. I'm gonna get the message first, and then whoever else come behind that is gonna be confirmation. So no, you're not gonna task me with that, you know. And so another thing, just with lifestyle, at the time I had like little kids, little babies. So certain things I could not do because I had little babies, and I had to work around that. But now that my lifestyle is different, now I can cultivate my business to work with my current lifestyle. You know me, I'm not a morning person. So anybody that's doing business with me, you're going to have to do it after 10. And that's just what it is.
I agree.
And I feel like as being an entrepreneur, I have that right to do that because I am working for myself. Chick-fil-A said they ain't opening on Sundays. I don't care how bad you talk about them people. They ain't open on Sundays. Most people don't. Hobby Lobby don't open up on Sundays either for the very same reason. And I used to hate that. Like, come on, man, people is off on Sundays. I'm trying to get my arts and craft going on.
But see, that's an excellent point because they understand they have a need to serve within the company.
That's right. That's right.
Without like that's important to the company. And as an entrepreneur, we are our own company.
That's right.
So our needs have to be met in order for us to fulfill the community that we're supposed to fulfill.
Exactly.
I
love this one. This is a great topic. I love this one. I love this one, y'all.
I could talk all the day about lifestyle. It's so important. So I've in my journey as well as an entrepreneur, and like I said, I started off as the novelist of entrepreneurship in discovering, because I like money. But I realized too that it's not just me liking money, it's the concept of what I can do with money. Because I am not greedy. Like I'm not big on the the fancy cars. I am one. I really want to have enough money so I can take care of the people I say I love.
Right.
I want to go on big trips. I want to do big things. You know what I mean? But another part of it is me defining my own lifestyle. So what I've done is, because I've dibble-dabbled in different forms of wealth, I've said I have two forms of wealth. I have active wealth and I have passive wealth. That dictates me being an investor of my lifestyle.
Right.
And as me having active wealth, is because I've gone through certain health things in my journey, and I understand that my active lifestyle has to contribute to my overall health. So in my active lifestyle that brings me wealth, I serve my husband's purpose, which is his business. And then my passive lifestyle is what I'm doing right now, which is I'm investing in real estate. I'm doing these, I do a lot of things offline that contribute to my passive wealth. But it's the flexibility of me defining my own week. Like one of the things I learned from you is, Kisha can be like, no, Wednesdays I am off.
I am. I'm not.
But I took that on, and I have one thing I do on Wednesdays, which I have a standing 7 o'clock meeting I go to with my girl, Adisa, every Wednesday at 7. It is my duty to be there because that's something that pours into my lifestyle. To me, it feeds my lifestyle, so I feed it back.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then Saturdays, I use that for a day of me and my spouse. But, to understand the type of entrepreneur you are, you have to stay firm to your own principles.
Yeah, and the people that are supposed to be connected to you, they will honor that. Just going back to just the Chick-fil-A to move into our third point, they have not budged on that Sunday. So you're just not going to get it. Does that mean I'm going to stop going to Chick-fil-A?
Nope. Supply and demand.
Exactly. I still go to Chick-fil-A. I just can't go on a Sunday.
Exactly.
And I have to adjust, right? I have to adjust. So people will be able to adjust to your lifestyle and to your demands and to your business, because this is how your business is structured. So the third thing with that is use your entrepreneurship to guide your relationships.
Baby.
You have to. If I feel that an individual is a habitual boundary stepper, just keep crossing those boundaries. I say I'm off on Wednesdays and you calling me every Wednesday about work, that's a problem for me.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Or if I say family time is on Saturday, then don't bombard me on Saturday, right? Your relationships will begin to align with how you desire your lifestyle to be.
Church.
And I love that.
Yes.
And I learned that from you. Because when you told me that, I was like, I never thought of that. Because I was one of those people, I would sacrifice myself.
Same here.
I would sacrifice myself and everybody else around, my kids, my husband. I would sacrifice being a wife. I would sacrifice being a mother. I would sacrifice being a healthy individual and really taking full inventory of my own self, that I would go 100% hard, like that no sleep type situation. And I would do that. I would be up. I remember doing shirts. I would get an order in and I would stay up to for 3 days straight.
We so loyal.
Yes. Just so that I can make sure that they could bring me something the night before or the night of. Keisha, I need this in 2 hours. I got it. I'm going to do it. And not telling these people, no, I close at 8. They coming in at 7:59. Kisha, can I please okay, I'll stay open just a little bit longer for you. But we have to learn how to adjust, like you said, adjust our business to our lifestyle,
yes.
not adjust our lifestyle
Yes.
to our business.
But see, that goes back to what I was saying about people tasking you, putting a purpose on you. And you know, it was a point, and like I said, this is not the, you know, bash church. I do think church is needed. Like, I do think it's needed. But it's also to know my position of my growth. So one of the biggest turning points, and that's what I was going to say before, in my career was when I did get the job, I had a top security clearance, right? And the beginning of my career, midpoint, we had background checks, right? And what ended up happening was it was time for me to do a background check. Now, this is the thing. I had just got out of a divorce, right, from my first spouse. I wasn't looking at no credit, wasn't thinking about it. I was just trying to figure out, okay, I got a job. I make this amount of money now. I'm going to have to get caught up because it was just me and my daughter at the time. And what ended up happening is that they did a not a background check, but like your security clearance when it comes every 5 years or so. And mine got suspended because of things in my credit report from my spouse. But that is how my journey began. Because I had to defend myself to get my clearance back, and I had to learn how to do credit. And all that stuff was expensive.
I bet it was. I know it was.
You know, so it's the lifestyle that's important. But you said something about your little kids. It goes back to what we're talking about. Who's sitting at your table is knowing your seasons.
Yes.
Because when you don't know your seasons, you will never be comfortable with where you are in your journey.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. Just unlike when I see people, I have grace for certain people because I can say I've lived that. Or like how my coach says, Coach Adi, she's like, if you cannot teach the old version of yourself, you have not healed from that version.
That's good. That's good.
So it's easy for me to look at people and say, okay, I've lived that life, or I've lived a similar life, so I get it. But I also know that I have made it through, so can you.
Exactly. And then you have all the tools because you did make it through, and you can really coach someone on those pitfalls that they can face and will face if things don't change.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I could definitely say about you when I've encountered you, and just teaching me those different principles about adapting things to your lifestyle.
Yes.
Like, I had never heard that before, because most of the time when you hear about an entrepreneur, you in your mind you see them just work, and everybody else have to be on a back burner.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, we can all live in perfect harmony, but I have to find a way to make my business and structure it to that lifestyle that I desire.
Yes. And that last point you had stated, which was use entrepreneurship to guide your relationships, that's also going to determine who's on that journey with you, whether it's for the long haul, for the season.
Right.
You know, and to me that's very important as well, because if you have someone who, what's the term, negative Nancy, that's on your team all the time, they will help you sink your ship fast. You know, just from the negativity.
Yeah.
You know, if you're constantly enduring the wrong audience of people, the wrong audience, the wrong clients, that will add to your deficit of your relationship.
That's right. That's
you know,
right.
it will screw your perspective on how you see people when it comes to business. You know, so lifestyle to me is a term I've learned in the last couple of years, you know, from my coaching, but that's also a wake-up call for me when I had a stroke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was an absolute wake-up call.
That was a wake-up call for me when you had the stroke.
It was for everybody.
It was like, wait a minute, we the same age. We pretty much live the same type of life. We may not do the same thing, but we have similar lifestyles. And I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I need to change some things up.
I had to change a lot of things up, like a lot. I did. So me and you, the relation of, why am I getting emotional? The relation of knowing the type of person I am, and just, I'm a big team player, even in corporate America. I remember one time, me and your homeboy, Aubrey, I had got Nerf guns for everybody in the office, because most of the people I work with was veterans.
Yeah.
We all got hidden child issues,
Right.
What better way than to get some Nerf guns and be like, just start shooting folks in the office? That's the type of leader I was, you know what I mean? Or just have no sit-down conversations. But when I had that stroke, I realized that at the hindsight of it was I was doing a lot. Like I even question to this day, like how did I make this happen? Like I was doing all of this and my mind could not process as fast as it used to. Like it could, but I automatically got tired.
Yeah.
See, the problem is we were pushing through that tiredness.
Yep.
And then what happens is society tells us that this is what an entrepreneur is supposed to do. And we believe it because that's what we learn at home. That's what we learn in church. And we don't learn about the lifestyle until you actually see someone living the lifestyle that you admire to obtain.
That's right. When you said that, I thought about this video that I watched, and this guy was saying, talking about the cliche, everybody has the same 24 hours, right? And so when he was talking about how, because that's the mindset of an entrepreneur, like everybody has the same 24 hours. What are you doing with your 24 hours? So you like, man, I got to go hard in these 24 hours, right? And so he broke it down. He was like, you don't have the same 24 hours as Beyonce. No. And I was like, well, what did he mean by that? So I watched the video and he said, he gave Beyonce full schedule, right? He was like, at such and such time, Beyonce's nanny comes and watch her kids from this time to this time. So she has gained X amount of hours back into her life. From this time to this time, she, so-and-so is cooking her meals. You know what I'm saying? And so we don't think about that. Like a lot of our 24 hours is being sucked up by the lifestyle that we have to maintain.
Yes.
So no, we all may have the same amount of time as far as the hours in the day, but what we're doing in those hours of the day is not the same. Yes. So just like we're sitting here, I have a whole business running, but I have a staff that's running that business. So now I can utilize the same time in a different way. And so really I have gained more time. You know what I'm saying? And so when I listened to it, I was like, man, and I hope y'all understand what I'm saying, because I'm trying to wrap things up for us. But just in that mindset, it was like, you know what? They're right. I cannot be like this person or that person because I don't know what kind of time they have and what they're doing in their time and how much free time that they have been given because they have other people in place. I don't have a chef. I didn't have a babysitter. I had to do these things myself and juggle it. So even when I'm dealing with my clients, I ask them, let's sit down and write down your 24 hours. And then after we figure out your 24 hour, now let's find the time within that 24 hour to develop your business.
I love it. It's like I could just talk so much.
I know.
So some points you had stated that I just want to kind of reiterate was a reminder that, hear me, when you are on social media or you're in the community and you're doing your work, you're doing your purpose, that needs to be your focus. Because I know it was a point in my career and in my journey as an entrepreneur where I felt a little jelly when I saw other entrepreneurs doing certain things that I wanted to aspire for. And that was a short stint of jelly, right? But it was a reminder to say that you don't know what those people have to deal with to get what you visually see as awesome. You know what I mean? Like
Talk about
you don't know what the type of sins or demons people have to carry or the pain they go through. Like, that's important.
It is.
You know, and this fact that is because divine source makes it look beautiful on us.
I was just about to say, pain produces purpose. So you don't, like you said, you don't know the pain that those people had to go through in order to produce the purpose that they're living in.
Yes.
And so we have to be very mindful of looking at others and try to, I guess, dictate or fashion our lives.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying with that?
Yes. So just as a reminder that, what we're talking about today is what type of entrepreneur are you? And I'm okay now. I feel like I'm in a season of coasting where this is what it is. I'm an investor. I'm a wealth independence navigation coach. I'm getting that trademark. I have it registered. Don't take it. So that's where I'm at right now. But all those came at a cost of figuring out activating my power. You know what I'm saying? Activating that power, determining how my business aligns with my lifestyle, and I had to change my lifestyle. Oh, we could go on forever with this.
We can. But we're not. So we're going to wrap it up for y'all. So our 3 takeaways. Y'all know we got to leave y'all with some actionable steps.
Yes.
So the problem was not knowing the type of entrepreneur you are. And so the 3 takeaways are: activate your power to determine who you are in business. Look within yourself. What type of person are you? 2, determine how your business needs to align with your lifestyle. Not somebody else's, your lifestyle. Okay? Use your entrepreneurship to guide your relationship. However you structure your business that's aligned with your lifestyle, the people that are supposed to support you will be there. The people that are supposed to be at your table will come, but they have to align with your purpose. So this has been great. I love this one. We can go on about it.
I know, right?
So you can go ahead and carry us out.
All right. So just remember, if you're looking for the practical, which is what Coach Kisha does all the time, she's like, okay, what's the practical? I love that. We will have a digital download for you. You can catch it in our YouTube captions. You can go to our website at www.passivewealthgroup.com. And you can also catch us on our Facebook business page for upcoming masterclasses. And we will be rolling out our university very soon.
Very soon.
So other than that, we hope that this problem has been addressed and problem solved, because
we're standing on business.
Queen Red.
Coach Kisha.